Redo. I appreciate you, sir, feel like you're being punished, you poor man. Sick, the poor man. Well, let's be realistic. If this goes your way and you get custody, wink, wink, you're still going to be using a supervised facility for some period of time because it's just not like it's going to get better if he wins. It's going to be, I would suggest, worse on the short term. Mr. Wright, his lawyer, I have no reason to doubt that. So the court, I think that would be favored for a psych exam. See if you're endangered yourself or others. Make sure, give me some comfort you weren't going to do something totally crazy with that child because your suicidal threat you made back in the beginning of the case. Let's just say when a woman says, look, I'm tired of being treated this way, I just feel like killing myself, that's not trying to commit suicide. And I already, at the time of this, had already taken one psych exam, $5,000. The psychiatrist said I was fine, there's nothing wrong with me. Just the words of an angry woman. Tell you, they thought I was angry back then. Now I'm really angry. Back then I was just traumatized and angry. Now I'm not. Past most of the trauma, pissed. Really pissed. Anyways, they go on, and it's just ridiculous. And they end up, they're like going on and on about 5:15, 6, store hours, blah, blah, blah. And then they also end up, was it Friday to 6-ish to Saturday at 6-ish, basically 24 hours because the place is closed on Saturday. And my attorney doesn't know this exchange facility, which I asked for, by the way, to avoid all the false accusations against me. You basically 24 hours, Mr. Wright. And I had told my attorney, cut down the 24 hours, all I want. No 24 hours, he's too young. He's not even used to this man. He only met him, I don't know, like 4 to 6 months before that. And then we had very small visits up until this time. And all of a sudden he was doing like 24 hours. Before that, he didn't even do the visits. The mom was doing the visits. And Mr. Wright goes, and they do this because the temporary order hearing, I realize what they do is they want to increase the time. By the time you get to final hearing, he's almost got full custody and it's only like a teeny little jump. All of a sudden I start paying him child support. So they go, so they're gonna go, the court goes, was it Friday 6 just to Saturday at 6, just basically 24 hours? Mr. Wright, his attorney, says, yes, right now 5:30 to 5, I believe. And I would ask the court to speak, can decide not to do it, but I would ask that we go till Sunday, from Friday to Sunday. The court, I'm not going to tack a day on, I'm not going to do that. Mr. Wright, 1st, 3rd, and 5th Fridays from the court. No. You're saying Saturdays? The court, Saturday would seem to be better traffic-wise for people. Mr. Wright, okay. The court just, Mr. Wright, Mr. Gilbreth, my attorney finally speaks in and says, right. And Kids Spa is open on Saturday and Sunday, we know that? Mr. Gilbreth, I can double check that, but I'm 95% sure. My own lawyer, who I have paid about $20,000 just for one hearing, doesn't know the times of the supervised exchange facility, which I asked him set up and be ready for. Mr. Wright, Saturday morning to Sunday morning, I'm literally trying to understand what we're talking about. The court, before it's been Saturday night, Mr. Wright, it's been Friday night to Saturday, the court, right. Personally, I think he'd like to have Saturday day during his week, versus Sunday evening to Sunday evening, Saturday evening to Sunday evening. I know it might sound different, but there's a difference between having your child on Saturday versus Sunday. What's the difference? They're both a day of the weekend. The man doesn't even go to church. So 9 Saturday to Sunday seem like a good, the court, he's got the child on Saturday now. Mr. Wright, correct. Gilbreth, right, I think I'm just trying to stay consistent. They were doing Friday to Saturday. We're moving over the exact same time period, Saturday, Sunday. The court, no, he's suggesting they do it Saturday to change the time from Saturday morning to Sunday morning. Mr. Gilbreth, that works. Okay, that works. If that works with the facility, I'm fine with it. Yeah, she just told me that works. I'm being the difficult one. How is he being difficult? So then before we need to make it final, I need to call and ask if I can see that not. Miss Vogel, they're closed on Sunday. They're closed on Sunday all day, Mr. Rice says. Miss Vogel, this is a Guardian. I don't know if you want to read this. This is this whole... They go on and on for pages and pages. No one's prepared. No one's ready. And the court finally, they go back and forth. Finally, the court says, no, we're going to do Saturday at noon to Monday morning, which goes from 24 hours and like one overnight to almost 48 hours. Monday at 9 o'clock, yes, the same as the other time. The first, third, and fifth. And then they go on and they go on. Anyways, so, and this is also, and then they order that he gets, somewhere in here, they order that he then also gets, to reduce the exchanges, he's gonna get from Tuesday night, which they said earlier in it, from Tuesday night to Thursday morning. It's weird, I was under the impression that it was gonna be Friday night to Monday morning, is what I thought. Still, I get him back Monday morning, and I have to give him back up at Tuesday at 5. Then I get him back on Thursday morning. So he goes Tuesday night, Wednesday night, all the way to Thursday. And then I have to give him back up on Saturday from noon. Now looking back, I'm like, this would be great. Sure, I'll do it now because now I have no access. But I will just say that the point of all this is, I mean, look at this. There's like 30, from 31 to 39. They are going back and forth about the hours. Like, you're paying attorneys $500 an hour. They couldn't have figured this out before, like what times, talked about it some. They're doing this in the courthouse, and I'm freaking out, and my attorney's not even arguing. He says nothing to oppose this, nothing. He says over and over, don't take time away from the dad. Don't take time away from the dad. It's exactly what I told him. I said, this past month of overnights with my baby with the dad, it was like 1 month of he had overnights, which I agreed to because my lawyer, before this lawyer, she said, you have to agree. You have to agree to a guardian ad litem, and you have to agree to these overnights. And basically the judge at the hearing, before this hearing, the judge had said, the mom had a psych, just a bad phone call, just a big mistake. Dad wasn't even involved in before. We're not gonna change anything. You guys just had an MSA and a final order. It was literally a month and 4 days before that. Then the dad had gotten like a rid of attachment and taken the baby away for 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks, I got a psych exam, came in, was like, mom's fine, well-educated, stable, normal, just having a bad day, first day of the first period in like 2 years. I mean, come on, let's just like, get over it, everyone, get over it. One bad thing. Like, I haven't actually done anything, I just had a bad day. Up all night, a month with a sick baby, dad had just filed and taken the baby away from 2 weeks. I was traumatized, I was really upset. Psych said everything was fine. The judge, the same judge ironically, which I couldn't figure out, I was like, gonna make a good decision then, but here he doesn't. I guess they just do whatever attorneys want. But that judge, he said, no, we're gonna go back to the MSA. Stop, this is ridiculous. Just go back to your normal lives, get out of my courts. It would have all ended there. I had one attorney, her name is Sarah Jaffrey. That woman, she turned to me and she goes, you better agree to this, or the guardian's not gonna be on your side and you'll get in trouble. I was like, what? Here I am, like totally traumatized, my baby, total state of PTSD, freaking the fuck out because my baby has been taken away, something I didn't even know could happen in anywhere in the entire world. The judge was gonna, and I didn't know anything about legal stuff back then. I didn't know by the judge saying going back to the MSA, we would never come back to court again unless he opened up a new lawsuit. No, but by me agreeing to a guardian ad litem, therapist, and more time for the dad, 2 overnights a week and 2 24-hour periods a month, like first, third, and fifth or whatever, 2 to 3 a month, that by doing this, that was agreeing to this, and that created temporary orders, which you could then have more temporary orders and more temporary orders, and more stuff can happen, and it can last years before we get a final order. From that date, it was 2 years before I got a final order again, and before anything was stable and normal. It was just like complete chaos. All because this one crazy lawyer, I saw the look on her face when the judge banged his gavel and said we're going back to the MSA. She was like, it was like, oh crap, I just won. I'm only gonna make $5,000. It was literally like flashed in my head. I'm only going to make $5,000 off of this case. As if $5,000 to show up for one hearing where I've already paid the psych person $5,000 and her $5,000, one 1 hour hearing, you ask him 5 questions, end of story. That's pretty good money. There was no back legal stuff you had to figure out. You didn't have to use any laws. You just had to say, hey, is Miss Hart okay? Is she stable? Yes. Is she a good mom? Yes. Do you think that she's a danger to baby? No, yes, she's great. I don't think she's a danger to her baby, blah, blah. You would think you would actually do something to her baby. I've gone to talk to other attorneys about the dad's behavior, about letting my baby just wander around the parking lot by himself. My baby wander around. Attorney actually told me, one attorney, well, something actually would really bad have to happen to your baby before we could really file in court and do anything about it. Okay, if this is not sexism, I don't know what is. But that woman, Sarah Jaffrey, she told me I had to agree for extra time. And even when the judge asked me, he goes, do you think this is in the best interest of the child? I wanted to say no so bad. She turned, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm shaking. She turned, she goes, and her paralegal's like, I mean, it's just like the greed. Say yes. We want your money. We want to eat your blood. Like fucking vampires. Just suck your life out. Trade your child for money. It's called child trafficking. Children for money. They're doing it legally now. If the judge had gone back to the MSA, then there would be nothing. It'd be empty. They would have had to have a reason to file a new lawsuit, which is really hard. After that lesson, I would have been like, okay, I'm not even saying anything to you because you just set me up and said, you do all the things you want. I won't text you anymore. I won't email you anymore. I'm sorry. I won't be my normal communicative, extroverted, actually I'm an introvert, self. No, that attorney. And I figured it out pretty quickly. She kept asking me for money. I was like, this bitch is just stirring up drama. What's the deal? Why is she being so dramatic about stuff? Oh, we gotta meet with the guardian about your behavior. I'm like, what behavior? I haven't done anything wrong. Done. I have not done anything. That's the key words, done something. But I just did what I was told, like a good, nice girl, like the patriarchy teaches us to do. And I said yes. By doing that, and if you're an attorney, you'll know what I'm talking about. By doing that, it kept the whole lawsuit open. I didn't know it kept the lawsuit open. I thought, oh, well, fine, I'll just be nice and agree to some extra time. Maybe he'll just back off, then I don't know. Maybe he does want to be a dad. I don't know. I don't believe the best. Nope, started all this drama. And the next hearing is this one where the dad is then getting more time with my baby. At least it felt like more time. Let me tell you, I just freaked out. I was completely terrified after that hearing. I was hysterical, at least internally. My lawyer, I said, what was that? I didn't say how, but I wanted to. I was like, what was that? I said, are you kidding? You need to appeal it. He's like, oh, we can't appeal it. Actually, you can. You can appeal interlocutory orders within a few days. You can do it. He should have filed a motion for a de novo hearing and been prepared. He should have gone and gotten the medical records because we were in front of an associate judge. We could have gone in front of a district judge. There are all kinds of ways that he could have changed this order and made it never happen. No, He told me, nothing I can do. And he goes, you're not following